What about you? Have you recently seeded a lawn and you're totally unsure of how you should look after it, what you should do, what products you should put on, when you should cut it? Well, you're in luck, because this is a test patch video, and this is a video where we test out every single question that you might have whenever you go to install a new lawn, so you can get everything absolutely right. In today's video, we're going to find out how soon you can cut new grass from seed. Plus, we're going to have some twists along the way. Now, before we start, I just want to say that the previous test patch was only killed off last week. So what I've got behind me might be a bit harder than usual to remove, but let's see.
We're now ready for the next stage, and that's to sow some grass seed into the lines created from the scarifier. This method is a full cheat, and it saves us having to rotivate this area.
For today, we're using Boston seeds. This is dwarf rye and fescue mix.
Let's get the seed onto the lawn. For the video, we're going to be doing it two different ways. The reason why we show you this part of the test patch is we want to show you every step of the way. If we work on this lawn, we want to show you it. Now, the tool that Jason's using at the minute is called a drag mat, and it does just that. It drags the soil and the seed into the lawn to ensure good seed to soil contact. For this test, we're using two different types of fertilizer, a spring and a pre-seeder, to find out which one's the best product for sowing new grass seed. On the right hand side of this lawn, we used the pre-seeder. Pre-seeders are specially formulated to get new grass seeds off to the best start. And on the left hand side, we're going to use some Carpet spring fertilizer. This is my own brand of fertilizer, so if you want to help support me, I'll drop a link where you can pick it up down in the video description. The most important thing whenever you're going to seed your lawn is watering it. So I'm going to show you a tip on how we keep the test patch watered.
So to get the seed off to the best start, we've got a water timer set up for 6:30 in the morning, and as you can see, it's got a split on it, so we can get good coverage across the whole of the test patch with 2 sprinklers.
The side with the pre-seeder has started to germinate faster than the side that just had the spring fertilizer applied. 2.5 weeks later, we now have grass across the whole test area. I also have Bella helping me today. This is the side that we'll put the spring fertilizer on. It's doing okay, but let's have a look at the side of the pre-seeder, visibly thicker. Let's cut some grass. One from the bottom on the heater. I know you're all asking me, Robbie, what height's that at? So don't worry, we're going to do that next. This is the area that we've just cut. You can see it on the prism gauge. Prism gauge is just a magnifying glass. This is part of the section that had the pre-seeder fertilizer on it. This is the spring feed. The pre-seeder is definitely thicker than the spring feed. Time to do some more cutting. Let's do another height test. This was our first cut, and then we'll move it across, and this is our second cut. So this is number 3 on the heater. Something interesting's just happened. We're starting to notice a difference between the pre-seeder and the spring feed again. The spring feed is starting to darken down and the pre-seeder is staying the same colour. The pre-seeder is still thicker than the spring feed. Now usually we recommend putting on seaweed, but I wanted to specifically test these two products side by side. I've lowered the heater down to the first setting. This is setting 3 on the heater, the highest setting, and then we'll move it over to the uncut area. Bella's back helping me again today.
So my test, let's see. This is the bit we've been shaving down every time. This is number 2, this is number 3. Can see a bit of difference in colour between them, but don't know if there's any overall difference. We've got this bit here that we haven't cut yet. So let's shave this down and then see what happens. So drop this down to 1. So that's down to 1. I'm going to go 2 and then 3, 2, 3. So having a look, be interested in seeing how this performs in a couple of weeks' time. Does this bounce back as well as this or not?
So let's see how it's got on since we cut the new side. So the side that we have been cutting from the start is doing considerably better apart from this section here. But over here it's bare as well. The new section that we cut is really struggling compared to the other side. Now today we're only going to cut this side 1, 2 and 3. Having a look at the lawn, the bit that we've just cut, starting to see different shades in the different heights that we've cut. The longest bit is the greenest and the bit we shaved down is the palest. I'm not going to cut this bit this time because I want to stress test it the next time we'll come back to cut it. The difference here is striking. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Another new patch started. Same rules as before. 1, 2 and 3 to stress it out.
So we're back another week later and see some real different shades of green. So this is the one that we'll let grow a bit longer, and then we'll cut it down at our 3 different heights. And this is the palest, and then this one over And then this is the first one we started cutting, and you can really see a difference in the grass. So if you want to get your lawn nice and short, I think this is a really good indication. So if you want to get your grass nice and short and you have a new lawn, you want to be cutting it short right from the word go. If you cut it short right from the word go, then it gets used to it. You can see that this is a lot better here than over here. This one's a lot barer. Generally I wouldn't recommend cutting at the lowest height on your lawnmower, just in general. So again, looking in the other direction, I'm going to give this a cut shortly. So we're going to cut this one, and that one. And then we're going to put down some fertilizer. For our next torture test, we're going to put on some of the Carpet Summer Advanced. And we're just going to put it on half. So we're just going to put on this side. So as you can see, there's some difference in colour between the stuff that we treated with the Carpet Summer Advance and the bit we didn't treat. Totally blown away in the different colours. So let's do another cut. So this side here, I'm going to say, I want to really stress this. This side here, we're going to cut with the heater on our 1, 2 and 3, just to keep the test nice and fair. But I would say 100% that I don't want you to take away from this, or Robbie says I should shave it down. I'd say this is absolutely the last thing you should do, and the heater is really going to struggle probably to get it cut. But this is a test patch video, and we like to do things differently on these videos. So I'm going to say that that's totally blown me away. I wasn't expecting that. So you can see the difference in having your lawn treated and not treated. Look how well that looks compared to this here. This last bit has really surprised me, and it shows you how important it is to treat your lawn, because you can see how much more healthy this one is than the other two. Now we're going to cut this bit, but not on the 1, 2 and 3 that we have been doing. I'm going to cut this at a more irregular height, but we know from the other experiments that if you're going to be cutting your grass, whatever height it is, you don't want to be bringing it down all in one go. You want to bring it down nice and slowly. Now, it might even be too long for the heater at this height, but let's see. So this is what the test patch is all about. This bit here has been triple cut, and it's actually the first time it's been cut since it hasn't been cut before. It looks really well. So there you go. I came down this morning and I gave the lawn its final cut for this test, and I've got 3 main takeaways and something that I have to hold my hands up to. Anyone that watches my videos knows that I always recommend seaweed whenever I'm overseeding lawns, and that is 100% correct. The reason I didn't do it for this test was because I wanted to specifically test the Carpet Pre-Seeder and the Carpet Spring alongside each other. So my key takeaway from this, and it's something I'll be changing too, so while I'm doing these tests, I also actively learn. So what I would do if I was going to be seeding lawns or overseeding lawns, seeding, overseeding, doesn't matter, I'd be putting on a pre-seeder fertilizer, and then after about a month, then I'd be putting on a secondary fertilizer, one of the controlled releases or the slow releases. So coming into the summer months, then I would put on, as you've seen, the colour behind me, absolutely fantastic. That lawn looks brilliant. That's the Carpet Summer Advance. Now, it doesn't have phosphorus, but I don't want you to panic about it. Your lawn doesn't actually need phosphorus, because phosphorus moves slowly through the soil. Now, if you were overseeding in the autumn time, or seeding your lawn in the autumn time, I would start with a pre-seeder and then I would move on to an autumn feed. The reason the bit that we cut right away has done the best overall Should be quite obvious to my regulars. If you're new here, well then there's something called the 1/3 rule. Now the 1/3 rule, it means that we don't take any more than 1/3 off the blade of grass. So because we left these other bits for a bit longer and let them grow, then they really struggled. But something I want to really stress and for you to take away from this test, we didn't cut the grass short because you should cut your grass short if it's a new lawn. Definitely don't take that away from this. We did it for illustration purposes, just to show you, because it was an easy way to show the different cutting heights and the difference between how often you should cut, and if you keep your cuts closer together with the new lawn, then it's going to really benefit. Do you like my hat? Was it open last week? Fantastic experience. So I have a favour to ask. These types of videos don't get pushed out to a lot of people. So instead of just smashing the like button, if you can leave me a comment down in the video description or start a discussion or get involved in a discussion, that'll be even better. And that helps get this video pushed out to more people. So just on a quick note on the grass seed again, I use Boston Seeds as they take all the grass seeds. So there's a thing called the STRI guide. And what that is, it's a big, massive, it's carried out every year or two. And they take all the grass seeds, thousands of grass seeds, and they do a massive big seed trial on it. So this is nothing compared to what they do. So what Boston Seeds do is they take the top seeds for lawns and then they put them into their mix. So that's why I can wholeheartedly recommend them. At the very start, just as the grass was really starting to sprout up, I did a strip at the edge and we cut it right down to the quick. And I seem to have misplaced the footage. It can be hard whenever you're filming a big project like this, keeping everything together. So I'm going to hold my hands up that one. But my takeaway from that is it doesn't matter what height the grass is. If there's grass there, you can generally cut it as long as you follow that 1/3 rule.